Okay, so new movie which is available on selected streaming services, Alice, which is directed by Josephine Macaris, who is an Australian writer director. Although the film itself is in French, set in Paris. Um, Emily Piponnier is a young woman with a child, and this apparently, loving, caring partner husband who seems to be really fabulous. And then one day he goes out to work and he doesn't come back again. She can't get him on her mobile phone. She doesn't know what's happened to him. Then she starts getting messages from the bank because all her bank cards stop working. She goes into the bank. All her money has gone. All the money that she invested in the place that they live in has all gone. And it turns out that he has been spending all his money and her money at very high class escort agencies, and he's completely disappeared. She is about to have her house repossessed, so she ends up turning to the very escort agencies that she discovers is where her lying rat bag cheating partner has been spending all their money, and discovers a new line of work. And wouldn't you know it, this new line of work actually turns out to be nothing like as terrible as she thought, and oddly liberating. Now, here's the thing. There is a certain strain of French cinema. I said this is a French movie. It's a Australian writer director, which is in the habit of looking with rose tinted glasses upon sex work, and I think that is one of the elements about this film, which is kind of, it never really gets under the skin of how that work may be difficult or may be tough, or or any of the really dark stuff about it. It is content to play it at a fairly surface level. What raises it above the level of mere cliche is that in the opening sequences there is a very good depiction of somebody whose life suddenly falls apart for nothing that they didn't see it coming at all. One minute, our heroine has this, functional life with a child and a partner and all this stuff, and the next minute it is completely torn out from under her feet. And the scenes in which she discovers that her husband has taken all their money and what her husband has actually been doing are absolutely brilliant. And there are some sequences later on in which we discover more about the husband, and I think those scenes are played very well. There are good performances. Emily Piponnier is terrific in the lead role. Martin Swaby, who plays the husband, is uncomfortably believable as the perfect partner, who then turns out to be a loathsome creep. As I said, the film has been a prize winner. It's been very well received. I think that it has a kind of glossy version of the trade to which our heroine turns. And I think that kind of slightly undermines the seriousness of some of the other stuff in it, because it is absolutely a story of female empowerment. It is a story about somebody taking control of their own life. There's certain sections of it that I didn't buy into, but I think it's got good performances, and there are moments in it, particularly that opening act when her life falls apart and she discovers she's going in to have conversations with the bank, and the bank manager is saying, "Well, you're basically as liable as your husband because your name's on the accounts." I thought all that stuff was done really well, and I thought the depiction of the husband who has got this whole other life that he's completely kept from her, and then later on the sort of attempts at justification. I thought though that stuff was done very well. It's called Alice, and it's available on selected digital services.